Good evening. I can't see any of you here, but I hope you can see me. Welcome to String Orchestra Concert, Fall Concert. So what you heard was theme from Hornpipe, Water Music Suite No. 2 in D major. We just played one little movement of that. And with being conductor-less, they sounded better than me waving at them, right? Didn't they sound great together? Yep. It was first time trying it, and we had a lot of new members come in this semester. If you've been attending our concerts in the past, we've had several graduating seniors last year, so we've lost them. However, we've gained a lot more students this year, which is great, both from Spring Arbor University and also from other schools, high schools and all, and then also community members have joined in. So we took a lot of time getting to know each other. So when you are trying to do a group project together, when you're trying to do something together, even just, when you have weddings and you have this groomsmen, bridesmaids, like you meet for the first time, and you have to practice walking together, right? Because people do things differently. Well, in terms of playing, we had to learn how to match our sound or blend in, make sure that you're not being too cautious that you're waiting for someone else to come in and you're all doing this kind of game of looking at, okay, somebody just please start. It's more of breathing together and playing together, and if you've seen them moving, they were moving together in certain ways. So, I just wanted to open the first piece of this concert with more festive thing. And now we're gonna do a slightly different setup. So notice how we had some changes in the personnel here. Violist moving to the keyboard, playing harpsichord, a violinist moving to the viola section, viola principal just going bye-bye. She's backstage. But the second piece that we're going to be presenting is Viola Concerto in G major by Telemann. Those of you who know J.S. Bach, he's a big signature guy of the Baroque period, right? Considerably speaking, Telemann was actually in a way, more famous than J.S. Bach during the early 1700s. And Bach's career, as well as his life, as well as Telemann's life and career, crossed many times. Telemann actually was the godfather of C.P.E. Bach, one of the sons of J.S. Bach too. So you might hear certain things that you go, oh, yep, that's very typical of Baroque music. We're only presenting two movements, movement number 2 and then also number 4. Happens to be all fast ones, so it ends pretty quickly. But the first movement that we're not playing is a slow movement that pairs with the second movement. Third movement is also very slow and beautiful, but it has sort of unusual harmony that ends with concluding with very presto, lively, lighthearted ending to it. Those of you who are taking Music Foundations class, and some of you are here, I hope. Woo. Yeah. Yay! Anyone from my class?
Can you see me?
Anyone from my class? No one?
Right here. I'm here.
Oh, okay, great. Okay. I was like, oh, they're in trouble. But great. So basso continuo is continuous bass, played by continuo, as the name says. So we have a little bit relatively larger continuo section, but usually it's played by the cello and bass, and then also harpsichord. But here we're using the whole section just to play a little lightly, include everybody there. What the basso continuo does is it gives the continuous harmony, continuous bass while the soloist is playing. So you have this loud ensemble, forte versus piano, sudden dynamic change to when the soloist is playing. But because soloist needs a little bit of harmonic cushion to play on, you get this light basso continuo going. Now in certain parts of this piece, it's it's interesting to start off with somebody writing a viola concerto. It's the first concerto written for that instrument. It was always a violin concerto. And this viola concerto, writing that was unusual. And thank goodness he actually wrote that, because it's a beautiful concerto. But it also uses kind of unusual deployment of basso continuo. Sometimes it has imitative counterpoint. Music foundation students, you need to know what that is, right? So we have this imitative entrances of music at different times, and it creates this polyphony of music. And then also there are times basso continuo, bass line, comes to the violins and also viola's upper strings, which is unusual on its own. And then sometimes it just disappears entirely. They're all playing melody lines. So if anything, basso continuo in this piece is nothing but continuous. So he's sort of breaking that rule there. So without further ado, we have a senior, Kyla Wright, that is performing with us today. So please welcome Kyla.